my name is Bryce Forney. I'm a local CPA here in Northern California. I want to tell you about and show you a feature in Lacerte called Schedule D Import. This feature can save me up to 20 minutes a return depending on how many transactions a client has, and makes it easier to prepare the returns. So let me show you this feature.
Schedule D Import has transformed my practice, and I want it to do that for you too. So let me show you how this works and tell you the two reasons why it's so great. So Schedule D Import allows you to take a brokerage statement that you have in Excel directly into Lacerte. Whether the brokerage sends it to you direct or whether you create it. And the reason I mention that is there are two reasons I use this in my office. One is if I get the information right from one of the brokerages, then I can take the information directly into Lacerte. The other reason is if I've got a list of transactions that's maybe just 10 long, it's faster for me to enter those transactions in Excel and import them into Lacerte than it is to use the native Lacerte import screens. So either way, there's a time savings for me in preparing returns that have Schedule D. And keep in mind that we can't attach a PDF to an e-file individual return like we can for corporate with the 8453 Schedule D1. So in the individual tax scenario, it's very important for me to have a consistent e-file process. And the Schedule D import tool allows me to not have to change how I e-file returns. I don't have to mail anything. It's always the same process. So that's important for consistency. So notice once we've selected the worksheet that we're importing, and this is an actual worksheet from a client, we choose what columns import as what fields in Lacerte. So here we've got description, date acquired, pretty self-explanatory. Notice how quick it is to select each of these columns. There may be some columns that we don't want to come in, and in that case, we can say do not import for an entire column. And for the columns that we do want to import, we're setting a field. The other great thing about this tool, I can also specifically exclude rows in addition to columns. If I don't want to import a row, like the header row. Once I click Next, I'm presented with a screen to validate the information I've entered. So it has the total sales price, so we can match that to the 1099. It has the short-term gain loss and the long-term gain loss, so I can match those amounts to the 1099 or to my expectation. We click Finish. It asks us if we want to put the transactions into the program, and we say yes. And just moments later, no matter how many transactions you have in Excel, they're all in Lacerte. So this saves me a tremendous amount of time, whether I'm getting the information from the brokerage, and I think this is going to happen more and more over time, or just to use it as a quick data entry tool to enter the transactions in Excel and then import them into Lacerte because it's faster than using the Lacerte import screen for Schedule D. So this saves me a lot of time in preparing Schedule D and makes the process for e-filing consistent among all clients. I don't have to file that 8453, that manual attachment of Schedule D. So this has worked well for my office, and I hope it works well for yours.